ಮೇಡಮ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿಸಿ.
ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೆ. ಮೇಡಮ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಮೇಡಮ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಾ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
ಸರಿ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಕೇರ್. ರೆಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಫೋಟೋ ತೆಗೆದು
Good afternoon to everyone. I'm Akash from first year BCom E section. It's my pleasure to be a host for today's event. The aim of education is the knowledge, not of facts, but of values. Now I'm requesting HOD sir to come near the stage.
I am near to
Yes. Guest lecture is a concept that helps the students in gaining additional knowledge about the subject. Many students love the concept of guest lecture as it is an interesting way of learning and interacting with new people at the same time. Having said this, I would like to mention that we, the first year BCom students and class teachers, under the guidance of our HOD, Dr. M.S. Nagaraj sir, have organized a guest lecture on the topic Recent Development in Accounting. The speaker for today is Mr. Harish Murthy, and the topic is about the recent development in accounting. The guest lecture covers the following subtopics. They are digital transformation of accounting, big data analytics in accounting, accounting through cloud computing, green accounting, human resource accounting, inflation accounting, and database accounting. I take this privilege to welcome the dignitaries and the gathering. I'd like to welcome our respected and ever supporting principal sir, Dr. S. Sanil Kumar, in his absence. The speaker for today, Mr. Harish Murthy, who was our college student of BBM course during the year 2011-13. Welcome, sir. I would like to invite our director, Dr. Geeta ma'am, in her absence. I would like to invite our HOD, Dr. M.S. Nagaraj sir. Welcome, sir. I would like to welcome all the AFS subject teachers, Shalini ma'am, Gokul sir, Shakila ma'am, Vidya ma'am, Nandini ma'am, and all other faculties. At last, I would like to welcome all my dear friends of first year BCom sections. Now, I'd like to call upon Ms. Prakriti of first year BCom E section to introduce the resource person for today. Thank you. Have a great and informative session ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. Respected dignitaries, teachers, and dear classmates. I'm Prakriti from first year BCom E section. I would like to introduce today's guest speaker, Mr. Harish Murthy, to the gathering. The word accounting comes from the word accountability. If you are going to be rich, you need to be accountable for your money. Having quoted this, I would like to introduce today's guest speaker, Mr. Harish Murthy, sir. I would like to mention that the speaker for today is our alumni of BBM stream in the year 2012-13. Mr. Harish Murthy is working as a product development lead in UST Global Bengaluru. Mr. Harish Murthy is an investment banking professional with 10 years of experience. He completed his education in the field of BBM SSMRV Degree College in the year 2013. He started his career at JP Morgan Chase and Co in a corporate and investment bank line of a business for 5.5 years. Mr. Harish Murthy has worked in a project development and application migration projects in HCL Technologies for State Global Advisors and Reconciliation Business Analyst in a Smart Stream Technologies for Deutsche Bank State Services, and also he has worked as a lead business analyst at IBM India Private Limited and defined and executed from the proof of concept until operating model for S2 Financial Services, a German bank. Mr. Harish Murthy is a product lead for an American client as a part of US Technology International. Mr. Harish and his friend have started a full-time NSE trader, have co-founded Tantan Investments Algo Trading Solutions based in Bangalore and are independent consultants. So, we are delighted to have you here and we welcome you. Thank you.
Sure, sir. Actually, account account.
Backside.
Next. Sure, sir. Hello guys, how are you today? I want a little bit of energy here. Come on. Fine. Okay. So before I even begin, one good memory that I want to share with all of you is actually this is the month in 2013 where my final results came out in BBM, and it's been 10 years since I studied in this esteemed institution, and I am a 2013 pass out BBM Finance, and Shalini ma'am was taking financial markets and systems for me. When we are all these lost kids who don't know what is life, we're just finishing our degree. So I attach many of my good memories in this college, and in this very auditorium we had ran a quiz show for an intercollegiate fest way back in 2012 when I was in my 5th semester. So I appreciate the opportunity given to me to speak, and I would definitely put all my efforts to spread what all I have learned in corporate and which is relevant to this topic. So
Your face wasn't visible, so
okay.
Let video ನೋಡಿ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಈಗ ಲೈವ್ ನೋಡಿ.
Okay, you need to look at the webcam. Okay.
ನೋಡಿ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಲೈವ್ ನೋಡಿ ನನಗೆ ತೋರಿಸಿ. ಹಾಂ ಸರಿ ಸರಿ ಇದೆ ಸರಿ ಇದೆ. Yes, you can start, sir.
I need to look at the webcam and speak. Right? Okay.
Here it is there.
Sure. Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
Yeah. So I'm beginning with my lecture. So I would start with the question. So, what do you guys think is accounting in layman language? Just, just anyone tell me, like, what is accounting? What do you think? What is the first thing you get in your mind when you hear the word accounting? Just even one word answer is fine for me. Sorry, numbers. Okay, okay. Any other answers, please? Someone said money. Did someone say money? Okay. Any other? Just think from a business point of view. What do you think a business will do with correct? Okay, fair enough. So I would say, like how they say finance is the lifeblood of a company when you think about finance management. Similarly, I would also say that accounting is also like a heart of the company. It can make or break a company. So that is the, impact or the importance of accounting. So keeping up this pulse, I'm going forward with my slide. So my simple rule when I'm talking to people is this: just learn to listen and listen to learn. So it is a very simple two-line phrase, but this has helped me a lot in my career as well as in my classes. Because if you don't listen to people, you'll not learn. And if you don't learn, you will never listen. So it's a very simple thing, maybe like a palindrome sequence. You can read it from right to left and left to right, but it's always, you have to learn to listen and listen to learn. Then moving forward, so I've just given you the introduction of what is accounting. So for me, as a professional, moving from college to a corporate and working primarily in an investment banking domain for more than 9.3 years now, and serving JP Morgan Chase for 5.5 years, coming out as a team leader. I've always seen accounting is just not a word to tally your balance sheet or tally your ledger accounts or, show your profit and loss to your boss or they're reporting it to the shareholders. No. Accounting is actually all in all being personally accountable to whatever duties they are given to you. And yes, from a finance perspective, accounting is definitely it basically is the DNA of the company. If your DNA is not good, you'll have genetic problems. Similarly, if the accounting is not good in a company, it is going to face so many problems. So broadly, we can define accounting. It's a discipline which plays a very crucial role in the business organization, which helps in recording of day-to-day transactions, and it helps in decision making and evaluating the performance and ensuring the finance health of the company. So when you hear this word accounting next time, it has to hit your mind that okay, it's a very serious subject, because whatsoever your profession may be after you leave this college, right, you'll have to be accountable in life for whatever you do, plus on your bank passbook, on your bank account. Are you a smart person or are you a spendthrift? Are you a stingy person? Are you courteous? All these characters are defined only how you are going to account your books, how you are going to record your savings and expenditure, and how smart you make your decisions in whatever you want to do in life. For all that, you can look wholesomely accounting both as a psychological word as well as a financial word. So that is the broad understanding you guys all should have, stating what is accounting, right? So what do you guys think is the major components of accounting? So the first major component would be financial statements. So when you speak about financial statements, what is the most important financial statement in a company? It would be balance sheet, right? So a balance sheet is like the horoscope of the company. When you show the balance sheet to an investor, oh, he sees okay, the liabilities is okay, it's not a debt-ridden corporation. Okay, I can go and invest my money here. If you're going for a venture capitalist, he sees okay, what is your turnover from last 4 years, financial years? How is your tax liabilities? So these are all under your financial statements. And then recording transactions. So now you would have seen, even the government organizations and tax departments, they have become even more vigilant than it was 10, 15 years back. Now, even a small, interest ledger is also captured in your income tax, and you can see that also has been cut. I know you guys are students. Some of you guys are still not earning, or majority of you guys are not earning. But definitely there is a time in your life where you will definitely start to earn. And what I lacked is I was not aware of how this taxation structure works until I reached that stage in my life. Okay, I need to save taxes. So it's an eye opener for all of you to start being aware, and don't cupboard yourself, stating, okay, this is my syllabus, this is the marks, I get the grades, clear the exam, get a 9 to 5 job, over. No. Think out of the box, try to be someone, keep big people as your examples, right? So that would be, financial statements. It's very important for a company to maintain transparency in maintaining its financial statements. Let it be its P&Ls, let it be its revenue statements, let it be its tax statements, or their shareholder message, which is very important for a private limited corporation. Aspirants here. I appreciate all of you, but I want to tell you guys, pursue the dream. Please pursue the dream. Don't leave the dream 8 attempts, 10 attempts, because understand the logic behind the exam. The logic behind the exam is not to pass you. The logic behind the exam is to test, are you a credible person? Because if you go and give Tom, Dick and Harry the position of a CA, you might end up like many people whom I'm going to talk in my lecture at the end of my lecture. So CA aspirants, you have taken a very right step at this early stage of your career, and you guys are like a slate which is blank. You can write a great scenery on the slate, or you can just write a drawing and stop, or you can paint a beautiful drawing or make it as your career. And I tell you, CA for any company, let it be Google, they call it CFA in US, right? In India, it's called CA. Let it be Google, let it be Facebook, or you take even the most valued company in the world, Berkshire Hathaway, who is headed by Warren Buffett. He's called the Oracle of Omaha in US. He is the #1 trader in the world. He has billions of dollars, trillions of dollars. Imagine he doesn't file his tax properly. What will happen? You guys would have heard of Leonardo Messi, the famous footballer, right? I know these folks would have definitely heard. Everyone there as well. So Leonardo Messi, he failed to pay his income tax, and there was a huge fine on him. So definitely all this is coming to only one point. Are you doing your accounting properly? Are you transparent in your accounting, right? So definitely I would say people who have taken chartered accountancy as their career have taken the right step, but it takes more than tenacity to just, clear those exams. Because I know people have actually tried to do CA, but after maybe their CPT or their IPCC direct entry scheme, they go to one level and they stop. And what they do next is, I'll open my own tax consultancy. CA, that is not CA. If you want to become a CA, become the whole one, or don't be one. Don't do this halfway method. I'll get my sir's signature, but I will do tax consultancy. That is not CA. You are just a clerk. I will consider you as a clerk. But if I am an entrepreneur and I want to come to you as a CA, I'm not going to consider you as a CA, right? So that is good. And then financial analysis. So financial analysis is again a very new and emerging field which has come in since past 8 years, because earlier the financial analysis was more of a board topic. When I say about a board topic, what do you mean by board topic? Board is a selected number of people in a company where they won't allow others inside. right? You have a chairman, you have a CEO, you have some directors. That's it. That is the board. But when this joint stock company concept came in, right, and they had to report everything to a shareholder, correct? Now the balance sheets is available on internet. Go and search any company, you get their reports, you get their cash flow statements, you get their funds flow statements, you get their balance sheets, you see the health of the company, you see what is their share performance last year. So for doing this, your financial analysis is very important. It's very important. And the next one is tax compliance. As I told you, compliant and being compliant and the whole compliance is a very different thing. Okay, compliance is following some regulations in corporate or rules and regulations which is enforced by the government. So you're following compliance. But being compliant is when you are working as a director in a company, or you're working in a decision making role in an organization, you have your self-conscious and you actually know what is running in the books of accounts, right? So you have to check your self-conscious. Okay, I got a 50 rupees expense yesterday and I have a 50 rupees revenue. Have I reported both? Everything is fine. I have a 500 crore turnover. Have I done everything properly in that? That is being compliant. So again, financial analysis will help you to pick the nook and corners of any defaults that you have done there, any shortcomings you have done there, and it's going to show it to you in your paper. And of course, the CAs has to be very honest when they are doing the filing and when they are doing the auditing. For a CA, his client is the biggest enemy. Take it from me. Because the mentality in India is, sir, tax thing save model held kodi, sir. This is the mentality in India, boys. The thing is that, sir, idu alli save madana, sir, illi save madana. Save madi, but ಎಷ್ಟು ಸೇವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕೋ ಮಾಡಿ. Then whatever you have to give to the government, please give in an honest way, right? So that is about tax compliance. And finally, management accounting. Again, management accounting is definitely, first of all, like the internal accounting of the company, right? First you have to see, are you paying all your salaries of the person who is coming to work every day? And then look at your HR folks, and then look at your cash flow statements, your free cash flow, your debt to equity ratios, right? So these all come under your management accounting. And why management accounting is a single important thing next to financial management. Like you guys, maybe in the next coming semester, you'll hear about internal rate of return, average rate of returns. Why is it important, man? Why is it included in your syllabus? Because only if your internal rate of return is more than certain percentage, then only you can deliver better in all your products, whatever your vision statements of your company, right? And finally, that will reflect in the shareholder, and the shares of your company will go up, right? So that is the deep meaning of management accounting. And as I have put it, it helps very good in internal decision making, right? So now, speaking about agenda for today, so we have to cover 7 topics, which is digital transformation of accounting. Then you have big data analysis. Then you have cloud computing, green accounting, human resource accounting, inflation accounting, and lastly, database accounting, right? So I'm going to progress. Before we progress, is just a small fact which I got from the internet. I just wanted people to know. So the first accounting concept of accounting started on clay tablets in the Mesopotamian civilization. Now presently, I think it's in Iran, right? So there they started, writing down pieces of items exchange in quantities. I'm sure you would have heard of barter system. So give something and take something, not for money, just goods. So this was first introduced in Mesopotamia. So I thought it's worth to mention where this term called accounting start, right? Now coming to topic 1, digital transformation of accounting. So when we speak about digital transformation of accounting, right, the digital transformation literally means you transfer all whatever was in your paper into a digital medium. Now, what is the most easiest digital medium everyone will come about? It's a computer. Simple. So converting everything into a database, maintaining your books of accounts in a Tally or uCloud or a cloud accounting or a Symbian cloud, QuickBooks. So these are all, you're converting your maintaining thousands of pages ledger and entries written into just maybe 1 terabyte of database. That's all. And everything is accessible wherever you go. It's not that I have to go to my office and look at what has happened in my account. I get a web link, I check. So how has this been possible? This has been only possible because of the advent of technology, right? When I was studying here, I did not even know what is a smartphone. But today, if I say I don't know a smartphone, maybe people will laugh at me. So 10 years, it's gone beyond my time. I see a generation gap between all of you. I'm very honest to accept that. Because I see you guys are very fast. You guys understand things better. You have grasping power better than me. Because my knowledge was limited. Internet was limited. Now everything is just a push of a button. You have to thank great people like Ambani's who have revolutionized 4G technology in India, right? So the advent of technology has also impacted very positively in all organizations. All organizations. Whatever was manual has become everything now digital. So some of the major things what you can see in your digital transformation is number one, digital payment solutions. I'm pretty sure everyone has UPI on your phones. You use PhonePe, you use Razorpay, right? You use even what is it called, Google Pay, right? You guys use all of that. This happened only because of this revolution. And then you have electronic document management. Now even if you try to open a demat account for a stock market, right, everything is done in 5 minutes. There was a time where I have to sign 40 signatures on a paper to open an account in one of the brokers which I opened maybe in 2016. But in 4 years, I see that it's everything is digital, and even your signature you can just touch on your screen on your phone. How good is that, man? Don't you feel that's a great progress for senior citizens who can't go to banks? They want to have fingerprint facility at their home. Just declare your life certification and you keep getting your pension. So all this has happened only because of electronic document management. Then you have cyber security measures, which is pretty self-explanatory. After the ransomware attacks in 2017, big corporations like Deutsche Bank, JP Morgan, HSBC, they took a lot of measures to correct those type of hacker attacks, right? Then you have data analytics and business intelligence. This is like the second brainchild of a company where other than humans, you have a new person now, and they call that person AI, which is artificial intelligence. Now the AI also puts his or her, whomsoever you want to call it. You want to call it Siri, you want to call it IBM Watson, you want to call it the latest Chat GPT, any new Bard, Microsoft Bard or Google Bard, sorry. So these are all the new artificial humans who are around you, who are trying to help you in whatever you want, right? So when we speak about digital transformation of accounting, in a nutshell, this is just the conversion of all those documents into that one database or that one accounting system, right? So now moving on, what is the benefits of digital transformation of accounting? Real-time insights, for sure. Improved efficiency. So we call it TAT in our corporate jargon. What is a TAT? Turnaround time. What is an SLA, service line agreements, right? So when a client requests, I want my last 12 months bank statement. Before we used to run an Excel macro and it takes 10 minutes to run and then I give the statement. Now I just go to the link, click on it, download and send it to him. So this is where it has improved efficiency. Then you have enhanced accuracy. Now you have dollar values to be rounded off until 4 decimal points. There are times there was only 1 or 2. Now you have 5 decimal points, right? Then you have cost savings. So you can reduce your man force, increase your technology that will bring you into a next topic called as, cutting people's jobs, or you're saving budget for your company, right? Then scalability, because of the digital solutions, right? You can grow your business faster. You can pitch your client that, sir, I am digital. Everything is digital here. And the synonym for digital, what I feel, is transparency. Once you have digital in your place, you can't cheat the computer, is what they say, right? A computer, they build software which has audit trails. Any user who clicks any button, it will register there, and that they call it as a desktop fingerprint. So scalability will come as and when you get good credibility to go and pitch your clients, build your business. So you guys are studying Bachelor of Commerce, right? And we have our floor here, which we were studying BBM. So in business management, or when you become a BCom graduate, the most important thing what I lacked when I cleared was I did not have a business mindset at all. I had a bookish mindset, right? And no one told us, hey, come out of this bookish mindset, man. You are in a curtain in a college, open the curtain, see the business world. No, they were telling, finish MBA. Appreciate if you have the definite, you want to do it, but don't lose track of how the practical world is running, right? So think about all this, the digital world, digital accounting platforms, how clouds are changing this world, right? So moving on, the topic number 2, which is big data analytics in accounting. So what is big data now? Is this just some data which is big? Should we take it literally? No. Big data is something you target the personal data of a person, or the financial data of a person, ethnic data of a person, demographical data of a person, right? These are all called big data, right? And how does it help an organization? It helps an organization to compartmentalize, characterize, and also figure out what is my customer base made up of, right? In US companies, right, they have 4 divisions. North Americans, then you have the Silicon Valley people, then you have the Mexicans, and finally they move on to the Indians and Chinese. So this is the way they divide their people in an organization, right? So you handle large data sets and you uncover valuable insights. Now, what do I mean by uncovering valuable insights? You might have studied customer behavior or consumer behavior, or you're going to study in future. Consumer behavior is simple. What is the 4 P's of marketing? Product, place, promotion, right? So these 4, right, they will see, okay, what is the correct mix for me to buy a product? So recording this, you might have seen, you Googled something, it pops up in your Amazon. How is it possible, man? I search for some phone in Google, it's coming up in Amazon. Why is this happening? Yeah, because Amazon and Google are interrelated inside. They're saying, boss, he is searching in my engine, I'll give it to you. You market, get the customer, buy the product, make money. It's a hand in hand for both, win-win situation for both. So these are the things big data is, it can do, and the goal of big data is to do some actionable information from massive volumes of data that would be challenging or impossible to analyze using traditional data methods. Now, if I say I want to know who are all the people, who like to, invest in financial markets in Jayanagar, 4th T block or 9 block, what was the traditional method? Take a form, hire 4 or 5 interns, send them on the road. Sir, are you interested in stock market? Yes, no, maybe. Write down, okay, fixed income, equities, preference shares, come back home. That was the method. Now, no. Go to a Google form, fill up a survey, push it on your WhatsApp. It's done, man. And you know how many answers you get? Not 10, not 15. You might get the whole population of Jayanagar giving you the answer. I'm not saying like this is a project, but this is how it is working. There was a company called Survey Monkey. Maybe you guys have heard of it. Survey Monkey was started in a 4-wall, small 4 people. And now they have listed in NASDAQ from past 5 years. and they are reaching the 1 billion mark in their capitalization. So this is what a company can turn into. You will definitely hear BlackRock Corporation in your life. Definitely. The people who are interested to join investment banking here, you will hear BlackRock. BlackRock is the #1 investment manager in the world. He has overtaken JP Morgan. BlackRock Corporation started with 4 people in a room managing a mere $50,000 fund. And do you guys even have the idea how much they are managing today? $6 trillion. They are managing $6 trillion of AUM, assets under management, and the major client for him is JP Morgan. And JP Morgan has a stake in BlackRock now, and he has taken over almost $200 billion of BlackRock assets, and they are managing it. So this is what a small data analytics can do, because BlackRock assess the needs of US pension funds and what is the tailor-made pension fund, what the customers wanted. They redefine their strategy. This will only be possible if you only have a good big data analytics tree in your company. There should be a solid root for anything, right, to grow. So that would be the importance of big data analytics. So what is the key components of big data analytics, right? Data collection, data storage, data pre-processing. You have integration, analysis, and real-time analytics and data visualization. I'm not going to go through each of these topics because pretty self-explanatory, but I'm going to touch base a little bit on data visualization because that is very important. Because data visualization is what you might be seeing ads on YouTube. Are you bored of this Excel sheet? You want to see it in a big graph. That is simply data visualization. If you show people thousands and thousands of lines of Excel data, right, to a customer, he'll not be happy. He'll be like, boss, can you please represent this in some pie chart or a bar or, maybe in a cluster or a heat map or a candle? I want to see how the progress is going here. I can't look at each of the statements, right? Looking at, okay, 2012, this much, or 13. Why? Just click on the buttons. I want to see the graphs. So data visualization, again, is like a showcase for your company, right? Your marketing index will score 100 on 100 if you have a good data visualization in your company, because customer doesn't have all knowledge. He knows that you do business in this sector. What he wants is the finished product. And to get him that finished product and get your emolument for that finished product, first what you guys have to do is, if you are entrepreneurs, understand the need of the customer and build the marketing tools as per requirement of the customer, right? Don't think that this is what I think about a business or this is what I'm going to build. That's a wrong approach. That is really a wrong approach, right? Now, moving on, we have applications of big data analytics. The big data analytics can be applied in all fields of organization, according to me. Maybe related to accounting or not related to accounting. But it can be definitely applied in financial reporting and compliance, as I spoke about. Fraud detection, risk management, again, 2 major pillars of an organization. Then you have auditing, right? Then you have cost management and budgeting. Then you have customer profitability analysis, again, a very important function of a company. Then you have cash flow management and financial fraud prevention, and finally, predictive analytics. There is something called as what if analysis, right? Some of you might have heard about it. What if analysis is, tomorrow if there is a Silicon Valley Bank crisis, there is a Lehman Brothers crisis, there is Harshad Mehta scam, Ketan Parekh scam, or I don't know, there is something going on in Bengaluru since yesterday. So something like that happens, right? What will the company do, man? So what if happens? That the name says what if. So what if is a very important concept in a company or in an investment banking company, because we have to be prepared for everything, right? Recently, there is a new movie released, Oppenheimer. You guys should have seen that, right? So when you see that movie, you can see he just destroyed Japan by doing his research and analysis in science, correct? And I don't know whether Oppenheimer really felt good about it. That's what is shown in the movie. He didn't feel, his conscience did agree. But the point is, when you have the right mind and intellect, you can achieve anything in life. That will be my prima facie statement when I speak about big data analytics. And take it from me, it can do wonders for a company. Now, again, as I've covered cloud computing in the starting part of my lecture. So again, cloud is nothing but a virtual server, right? So you have a traditional server here. Now let me take a cloud server here. Why am I keeping it up? Because it's not cloud. No, cloud server is a central server for all the sister servers, which is, catering to it. You guys should have heard of Zerodha Broking, right? He's the #1 broker in India. Mr. Nitin Kamath is respected in the stock market industry. I give my hats off to him to building such a great company with a valuation of almost 44,500 crores. And his annual CTC is cost to company is 140 crores. That is the value of Mr. Nitin Kamath. How did he achieve that? He simply made the brokerage industry just without exploitation. He made 20 rupees per order across any product you want to buy and zero delivery, because he understood people are getting exploited. And how did he achieve it? By using cloud computing. He removed terminals, and now you don't have sub brokers in Zerodha. You have to directly talk with National Stock Exchange and book your orders. So that is an impact of a cloud computing in accounting, right? He started doing everything in cloud. You have numerous examples. Amazon, who started as a product-based company, what is his biggest forte now or biggest portfolio? It's not selling goods, man. It is cloud. You have this famous jargon, AWS. What is AWS? Amazon Web Service. What is Amazon Web Service? It's a cloud server. Our National Payments Corporation of India, our Beam application, what you guys use, it's hosted on Amazon Cloud. It's hosted on Amazon Cloud. That is the power of a cloud. So when you use cloud computing and accounting, you can record transactions, manage inventory, your payrolls, and you can generate reports, everything online on the cloud. And how does it matter? Yes, it is comparing a cycle with a Ferrari. That is the speed, right? That is the speed of cloud, I would say. So now you have advantages of cloud, which is again scalability, cost effectiveness, automation. You can write codes and define an algo bot and say, okay, pick up all the expenses, put it in one folder, pick up all the revenues, put it in a folder, create my P&L and please give me. All this is done by robots now, no more humans. Boss, no more humans. 45-member team can reduce to 10-member teams in an organization now. That is the pulse of the organizations which are going on. And I'm telling you, not by imagining it. I've been there. I worked there. I started as an analyst in JPM. I went until team leader, and I saw the old folks who are my seniors. They have been asked, what do you have? What have you learned from last 4 years? If not, please, it's better you take some decisions. So this is the pulse of the market and pulse of the job world. It's not that we'll get one job, we'll work, we'll be happy. No, it's a very dynamic and fast environment. If you're not smart enough there, that's it. It's beginning of the end, I will tell you. So moving on, risks involved in cloud computing. Definitely, everything is not always a rosy world, right? When you have bad, you have good. When you have good, you have bad. So for this, I'm going to take a small example of the Russia-Ukraine war. When the Russia-Ukraine war happened, right, the Russian stock market froze for 1 week. There was no transactions. So now what is the biggest impact of it? The biggest impact of this is liquidity. Today I bought something in the market. I have made profit. I've squared off my position. But when I say withdraw, it's not coming out. Why? They have blocked the bank. So this is where this is called vendor lock-in. What is vendor lock-in? You have hired a cloud computing organization out of US, out of Canada, out of Russia, right? And you're taking that service in India. Suppose some eventuality happened in Russia and they say for the next month, no forex transactions, no cross-border transactions. What will happen to your transactions? You guys would have heard about PayPal. PayPal, what does PayPal do? PayPal will help you to buy any goods in any part of the world and buy and sell, pay in your currency in INR, convert it to USD, and you can give the money on PayPal. They call it a simple platform to manage all the transactions across the world. So if PayPal says I've banned India from my payment structure tomorrow, I cannot buy any software services from the US. Similarly, if there is a compliance breach, if there is a data security breach, there is a data sovereignty breach. Data sovereignty is when a country is under war attack, they say that we are not going to give any data related to any of my institutions or the customer data of any other country to any investigating officers. Why? Because they are under attack now. They have declared an emergency. So even though you can say cloud computing is a very great, avenue to explore, you have to mind the risk that it should not be that you always go and take foreign services. Try to explore something domestic. You have this slogan, make in India, right? Let's try to make in India. Let's try to see, okay, what can I get this kind of service in India? Can I get it? If yes, go for it. So that is one way of, curtailing the risk. So the next one is about green accounting. Now, what is green accounting? Again, green accounting comes in the array of, CSR, which is corporate social responsibility, plus again a win-win situation to the company where they follow certain regulations with respect to environment. We all know that we have to save our environment, right? So while saving your environment, you can also earn by showing certain policies and procedures and abiding to some laws. So under green accounting, so to define green accounting, it is a sustainable accounting attempts to factor environmental costs into the financial results of operations. It involves measuring and reporting the impacts of economic activities on natural resources, right? And the environmental addition to the traditional financial measures. So, under green accounting, you have two types, which is EMA and EFA. So EMA is your environmental management accounting, and EFA is your environmental financial accounting. So financial accounting in a nutshell, it's almost like you say that this year I've donated so much. So that accounting will go as a donation, and you will get your tax benefit. That is your environmental financial accounting. When you come to environmental management accounting, it helps in checking your balance sheet. Where are the costs coming which will impact environment and how I can rectify it? When I can rectify it, can I claim some benefit? So this is the major concept of environment management accounting and environment financial accounting under this holistic topic called green accounting. So how can green accounting be used? It can be used to, as I told you, identify and quantify the environmental cost, make better business decisions, increase transparency, enhance reputation. So you would have seen, right? Rakesh Jhunjhunwala is a famous trader who passed away recently. He donated most of his wealth to cancer because he was suffering from cancer. Nitin Kamath, his wife suffered from cancer. So he started a cancer foundation. And you have our godfather, Tata and Sons. He is the lifeblood of India, I would say. I don't know how many philanthropic efforts he has started, even Mr. Ambani's or Adani. You take the big names in India, right? Mr. Kurian, who started Amul, right? He has also done a lot of good things. And if you take our, very own Narayan Murthy sir, who is Infosys, right? He has started so many foundations. And you will see Sudha Murthy ma'am, indulging in packing of food during floods. Why do they do it? It's not mere show off, yeah, or to show accounting. They're showing their value system in their business, right? Of course, it will end in getting profits for the business, but at the end of the day, it's not just money, money, money. If you have money, it should show on your character, guys. Remember this throughout your life. Don't become this money minded monster, right? That, okay, I have money, man, I can get anything in life. No, yeah, there are certain things in life I have seen you can't buy it from money. You never can buy. I've seen loads of money with people, but they are not unhappy. They're very unhappy in life. They're very unhappy. You may feel, what is this guy saying? Yeah, if I have money, I have everything. No, it's all about the quality of a human. Once he gets something, he wishes for the second. When he gets that, he wishes for the third. So that greed is a very vicious cycle. And finally, when you have everything, what will happen is you will come back to the number one. Array, I don't have this, I don't have that. So this don't have is half bottled, half closed mentality of every human is it's very natural to be. But you have to try to comprehend the fact and try to be a wholesome person. Coming back to green accounting, so definitely it will increase your market share, showing how much of green accounting you have done and getting the proper tax benefits for that. Enhanced employee morale. You can proudly say that my company is cleaning the Bengaluru lake, which was going on when I was working in JPM. The present company I work in, right, we go and help the downtrodden children on a yearly basis. We call it colors. We go to the people who don't have basic needs and try to give them clothes, education, little bit, teach them and come back. That is a mental satisfaction and also part of green accounting. So the next topic is very important. So I would request everyone to pay even more attention than you are given to the previous topics, because HRA can seriously make or break an organization. Okay. It is very serious, I'm telling you, because you can't be a single person and say, I own a 1 billion corporation. No. First, I would say for a company to be successful, it is the people, because company is not a human being. Company is something you have created. Even when you learn income tax, they will say company is an artificial person. Why do they say it? Because company goes on to the name. That's it. But who is running the company? You. Who are you? You are a human. And what does human require? It requires human resources. There are so many, you would have seen, there are so many people in this college running this college, because everything can't be done by few people, man. The idea of the brilliant founders of this college was to propagate education. But today there are gatekeepers here. There are the forerunners, right? The great leaders in this college who are running it. They are all human resource. And for them, human resource accounting is important, because costing is the most important thing for a success of any organization or any company or any concern. Because if you don't have good knowledge of what is your costing, how is it going on, you can never achieve good profits. Maybe you will survive in the market, but you'll always be in that break even point. When will you break that even, right? That is break even. You have to break the even, break it, and then only you will see profits. Otherwise, you will be in break even or below break even. You will eat. Accounting is done. Again, start. Again, you get money only to eat. But bigger goals, bigger vision, no, you can't achieve. So how does HRA help? HRA will identify each and every costing of a company which related to the HR personnel of the company. And it will check, okay, I'm paying this much to this person. What is his designation? What is his roles and responsibilities? Am I paying less, more, or I'm underpaying him? All this analysis only you can do using HRA. And there are two types of analysis what you can do: cost-based and value-based. The cost-based analysis will help you in the cost of hiring, training and retaining employees. And value-based is what I told you. I'm working somewhere, I expect a hike at every year, and they will look at my performance. How has Harish performed this year? Can I pay him more, or should I give him a bad rating? If he decides my rating is 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10 on the Likert scale, okay, I can argue, right? You have given me 8. Why is my hike so less, man? Come on. And I have dedicated so many hours for you, more than my billing hours. So this is like a weapon to the employee also to question his employer, right? And that is why I put this important slide. HRA, the pulse of an organization. If the pulse is gone, you're gone. So that is why HRA is a pulse of the organization. It not only looks at the accounting part of it, it also looks at the overall development of that particular organization. Example, assessing employees' productivity, very important. Benchmarking HR performance. You hire 15, 20 people to go hire new people. But if the hiring people are only not doing their hiring job properly, or they go and hire bad candidates who don't add any value to the business, what's the point of hiring them, right? And what happens? Terminations happen. You would have seen Google suddenly, skim through their fat, is what they say in US. They suddenly fired 10,000 people. Everyone's dream job is Google. Everyone's dream job is Meta, Facebook. What happened there? 40,000 folks gone. Accenture, 15,000 gone. Byju's winding up. Why? Because accounting was not good, boss. Their accounting was not good. I don't know what are the weak things they fell into. And I hear that in COVID they did overhiring without thinking about budgets. Lot of fake candidates during COVID. All this has happened. This is the real business thing, what I'm telling you, what has happened in the industry, right? Now, director pulled the plug. He understood. No, these are all extra people. Fire them. Again, they took the decision only because of HRA, right? Workforce planning. How much work is there? How much work has to be given? And what is the budget for that work? And how many people do we need? These 4 components will be recorded using this component called workforce planning. Then you have investor and stakeholder relations, cost benefit analysis of HR programs. So if you guys, someone in this crowd is planning to become an entrepreneur in life, or you want to start a HR consultancy, I would first advise you to do a market survey. Who are your competitors? Do some feasibility studies. Look at some presentations of a project management, strategic management. What is your business plan? How much money I should keep for running this? Don't leap before you look. Please look before you leap. Okay? So now I'm coming to the end of my slides. So I wanted to give you one case study of Satyam Computers, right? Okay. You are feeling. I can continue, right? Okay. Yeah, guys, just 10 more minutes. So I just want to explain one scam, which is a Satyam's computer scam. So this happened way back in 2006, 2008. Maybe you know some of your relations or someone who worked in Satyam at that time. And now Satyam is taken over by Tech Mahindra. That is the another information. So how did Satyam scam happen? Satyam scam happened really simple because of accounting fraud. That is why I picked up this example. They maintain fictitious account books, which relates to my first statement for all the CA aspirants here. Please don't become that fictitious CA, right? Because your shareholders will die. Please don't be a fictitious CA, be a real CA. If you see a red flag with your client, please go and report it to the organization who is pertaining to it. Maybe enforcement directorate or the income tax department or the concerned department. So you can see the greatness of this scam. I would say this scam was 7,000 crores. It was a 7,000 crores accounting scam. We can't even imagine that number, and they have scammed that much money. Brilliant, their talent. I appreciate their talent, but maybe I wish they used it to build their business in a better way rather than ending up like a scam like this, right? So the CEO, Mr. Ramling Raju, was sent off to jail, and SEBI confiscated all their security holdings. Even though SEBI is a very safe organization, it protects the interests of the investors. But I would definitely say there are many people who would have employed there and have lost their jobs, right? And their life would have gone topsy-turvy. And the major points what led to the scam was 7,561 fake bills, 12,318 crores, which was misstatements or wrong financial statements. Then you had Satyam Books, which had all fictitious invoices worth 500 crores. So who caught this scam? Again, a very good insight and a very good, I would say, an aspiration for people who like to be auditors. PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers, the big four auditors in this world, KPMG, PwC, EY, and Deloitte. So PwC got the scam, and Mr. Subramaniam Gopal Krishnan and T. Srinivas of PwC, they caught the scam. They saw the auditing books, because as a private limited company, you are definitely have to get two types of auditing, internal audit and external audit. So when they went for external audit, they got caught, and Ramling Raju was publicly shamed, right? So this shows the importance of accounting, guys. This shows the importance of accounting, because if you're not true to your books, the business will not be true to you, right? This is told by Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan. He says you have to be first true to your books, so then the books will be true to the company. So that is a simple statement, again having a very deep meaning. So the second last topic is inflation accounting. So inflation accounting is a pretty simple concept where you have to adjust your costs based on the current business environment. See, you can't charge, say, auto was 50 rupees some 10 years back, 20 rupees or 7 rupees 10 years back. Even today, I want 20 rupees only in auto. I will not pay that person. Simple example. Milk was 10 rupees, now it's 30 rupees. I can't say that, hey, no, I don't want to pay. No, that doesn't happen, because inflation is a factor, right? Whatever I was paying for my education now it has multiplied. Yes, again, inflation. So the method of recording this inflation, what is inflation? Inflation is nothing but what is the current market rate of a commodity which I want to buy or sell versus what is the cost I am ready to give to the commodity. That is the simple definition of inflation, right? So again, in inflation accounting, you have two major parameters, which is or methods, which is current purchasing power, and you have constant dollar accounting. Current purchasing power, as I told you, is nothing but comparing what is the current purchasing power of Mr. John Q. citizen to go buy something versus what is the actual cost of it, right? And constant dollar accounting comes more on a industrial basis, not on a retail basis, because constant dollar accounting is like FX rates keep on changing in the international markets. Commodity rates change based on the dollar rate. Always remember, guys, the world order, right? Even in the world order, even today, US is number one. And US currency is called a dominant currency, or it comes under a fiat currency. USD, Euro, AUD, and SGD, Singapore dollar. These are called fiat currencies. Major markets in the world work in a fiat currency, right? So even today, whatever you want to buy online, which is out of India, right? Again, most of the time you use USD. So constant dollar accounting, using price index, right? The FX price on a daily basis. You keep that as the benchmark, and you have to calculate your inflation. Because if you don't calculate your inflation and run your business, tomorrow you might have a budget of only 5 lakhs. But The ask is 15 lakhs. You call up all your departments, sit in a room and say, sir, how is this? We calculated 5 lakhs. How is it coming 15 lakhs? And one of the accountants will get up and say, sir, that was pre-corona, sir. Now it is post-corona. Everything is now work from home or hybrid. We did not calculate for laptops. Now each laptop costs 80,000. That is where the extra 10 lakhs is coming from. Simple, right? This is also a kind of inflation. This they call it eventuality inflation. The whole investment banking community, we were not even allowed to take a pen to our house before Corona. March 24, 2020, I was called to office, given a box which had a Chromebook, which had a monitor, keyboard and mouse, and I was to go home and work. I worked 2 years continuously, work from home in JP Morgan, which was unseen in that bank. Even pregnant women were not given that chance because they say data confidentiality, customer data, right? Bank data, no, we can't leave you. Full approvals you need to take just to get a work from home. But in 1 week, some eventual event in this world changed everything, right? And today, if you go to a job market, the person who is taking your first screening round, you know what question they ask? Ma'am or sir, are you okay to work full-time office, hybrid, or you want permanent remote? This is the first question they're going to ask. Why they ask? Because this is how the world has changed post the pandemic. Okay, so that is about inflation accounting. So again, inflation accounting has its both advantages and disadvantages, which I have written here. So sometimes, if people over calculate the inflation, then they'll be wasting their money. That is one disadvantage what I feel. But again, the best advantage what I see of inflation accounting is if you calculate your costs properly and adjust it with inflation, you can do maximum utilization of resources in an organization. Okay. So, and the last topic, which is database accounting. I did not put an exclusive slide for that because database accounting is synonymous to what you call cloud accounting, right? Some of the major applications which I want you guys to keep in your mind is SQL or SQL, and you have Oracle database, you have QuickBooks, you have Cloud Nimbus, you have RCCM, you have Geneva. These are all the #1 databases in the world. You have WINS. WINS is World Invest Systems. So these databases manage financial data. So basically creating a database structure, right? And keeping database administrators to manage the database structures and front office users accounting that in their systems and recording it in the database. That is nothing but database accounting. And how does it help? It helps in a million ways, right? A database query can be run even 12 a.m. in the night, and just a web link is required and given access to the database, clean, and everything is digital with audit trails. With audit trails. Even if you take a reconciliation system, which is my expertise, the first thing what they ask is where is the recon system hosted in what database? And 85% is Oracle database. Now they've got a new database, which is a no-code new environment. It's called Duco. So that environment is like not even coders are required. You write something in English and it translates to code. So this is a level of, I would say, facilities which is available in the market for you to start something or be part of something. So in my concluding points, I would like to say accounting is the most useful tool for an organization. It helps the organization both in present and future status, predicting it. It is a risk prediction system, right? And it helps in building confidence of people who are running the business, not the employees. A director knows what is going on in his business, and he is the most, I would say, thoughtful person in that organization, and a CEO and chairman, because their direction is what the company will move forward. If they take bad decisions, the company will also fall. If they take good decisions, the company will progress, right? And you have live examples in front of you. Look at Byju's. the overrated education, edutech, right? I was saddened to read in my smartphone yesterday, he is vacating his Bangalore office. Why? Because he did not take some good decisions. You look at Silicon Valley Bank in US. It started in 1980. Has financed Apple Corporation, has financed Microsoft Corporation with huge capital, and today they are trillion-dollar organizations. But Silicon Valley Bank collapsed. Credit Suisse, man, number one Switzerland investment banking bubble, it burst five months back. Many of my friends lost jobs in Credit Suisse, Pune, and Gurgaon. Why? Because they lost their basic pulse of not thinking about what is the health of the company, right? You would have read so many news: accounting fraud, scams, banks collapsing, cooperative banks collapsing in Bangalore, Harshad Mehta scam, right? You guys, I would definitely say read case studies, because even when you join corporate, right, they are going to first give you some mandatory trainings. In those mandatory trainings, you know what they're going to give you first? Money laundering, insider trading, you know then terrorist financing, sanctioned countries financing. These are the case studies which has already happened in the organizations, which they ask you to read and understand. It's not click the right button, hey, 80% aa gaya, I got the certificate. No, it's because they expect that integrity when you work for that company. I remember, I'll share a small experience. Way back in 2014, I was a Swift messaging expert in JP Morgan, as transacting like 4,000 Swift messages a day with many investment banks. I was the processor. I had drafted a bad mail in English. My English was not so great at that time, even though grammatically it was right, but it was not showing that I'm a JPM employee. You know what my boss called me and said? Harish, you have resolved the issue. We have got the response from the Industrial and Commercial Bank of China. Everything is fine, but I have still some problem with you. I said, what is it, man? I worked 4 hours more for that and I cleared your break. What is your problem? You know what he said? You are representing JP Morgan. That should show on your email. When you're representing an organization, you redefine yourself, right? Okay, there can be people who say, sir, I don't want to work for anyone, sir. I want to be my own boss. Come on, be. Who said no? You guys have the potential. I see a very young India here. I see young India everywhere. I see the potential, as I told you in the beginning, greater than what I was when I was in degree, right? You guys have more opportunities now. This is the age where AI is coming to the summit, right? So use and put your energies in the correct way, in the correct place, and I will definitely wish all of you to be that person who will just not be that, oh, okay, I will satisfy for smaller things. No, be that unsatisfied soul always in your life. Don't be so satisfied, man. I'm telling you, it's not good. I've seen people rotting in corporates for 15 years and now they say, Harish, what to do, man? My career is, I don't know, it's now cliche now, or it's sealed. I don't know what to do after this job, because they have not come out of their comfort zone. I would say, don't be satisfied. Keep fighting for anything you want. Keep fighting and be goal oriented. You have good teachers around here. I'm telling you, you guys are fortunate. Don't think that because I'm an alumni, I'm speaking like this. No. I had a very good bunch of friends here when I was studying, right? And we used to discuss all very good intellectual topics. And I would definitely promote every one of you to explore the stock market from this age, because no one told me to look at stock markets when I was in studying graduation. We just studied as part of our syllabus, but we never thought we have to also invest. There were few smart people, silently they invested. Today we know where they are, how they are, but no one told us. I met one of my childhood friends in 2017, and that is when my stock market journey started, right? So that would be all, guys. I will stop there. So this is my contact details, and just a heads up, also an entrepreneur. I have started a company called Timeline Investments with my friend. He's Mr. Latesh. He is a full-time 12 years NSC trader, and I am like the co-founder and senior business consultant of the company. So we are into algo trading solutions. So suppose you guys want to network with me, you want to check out my blog. I write blogs. I've written almost 250 plus blogs, and I share it with ma'am as well. I've shared it with her, even Ruplata ma'am. So the blog is just my experiences of life. It's not something technical. It's just to read on your coffee cup drinking. When you're drinking coffee, you can just enjoy my blog, and that's my email and phone number. So you guys want to network with me, want to collaborate with my startup, you want some general advice on your career, I'm always reachable on this number. And I would definitely like to help people, my juniors, my sub juniors in this college where I studied, where I was sitting there one day and today I'm here. So that's a lot of journey which I see, and I'm very humbled by it. And I'm very humbled for the teachers who gave me the opportunity to speak here. So thank you guys.
Okay, if any one of you have any questions to ask, you can go ahead. We'll wait for 2 minutes. If no questions, we'll go ahead with vote of thanks.
I have a question to all of you. How was the session actually?
Good afternoon all. We have successfully Good afternoon all. We have successfully come to the end of today's event, and Kavya B of first year B-Commerce section takes this opportunity to deliver vote of thanks. First, I would like to thank our principal Dr. S. Anil Kumar sir in his absence for extending continuous support in all our departmental activities. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank our resource person of the day, Mr. Harish Murthy, sir. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank our director, Dr. Geeta ma'am. I would like to thank our HOD, Dr. M.S. Nagraj, sir, for all the support extended in conducting today's event. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank our coordinator, Shalini ma'am, the subject teachers of AFA, Gokul sir, Vidya ma'am, Shakila ma'am, and Nandini ma'am. Thank you, lecturers. I would like to thank all other faculties, the technical staffs, Anumant Reddy sir and Raviraj sir, and last but not the least, all my dear first year BCom classmates for attending the session. Hope all of you had an informative and learning session. Thank you all. Have a good afternoon.